The go-ahead's been given today for trams to run again through the centre of Birmingham. The project's seen as crucial to Birmingham's future image as it competes with other cities both in this country and in Europe.
They'll cost £28 million, half of that from the Department of Transport. 1,300 new jobs will be created, and by 2015 the first of a fleet of new trams will be running on the route. Well, let's go live now to our environment correspondent David Gregory. So David, when then was the last time we had trams in Birmingham city centre?
Well, Suzanne, it was back in the 1950s when we last saw trams in Birmingham. That's when they were decommissioned. But now, as you said, they're returning to the city centre. I'm at Snow Hill. This is the point in Birmingham where the trams from Wolverhampton stop at the moment. Let's take a look at the map and see where the new extension will take the route. It'll push with a bit of a wiggle south and then take a sharp right turn to land up in front of the newly refurbished Birmingham New Street station with a few extra stops on the way. So that's what's in store by 2015. Let's talk to the man who can tell us a bit more about it, Jeff Inskep from Centro, who handled public transport in this part of the Midlands. Jeff, we've heard about the money and the jobs it'll bring. What else would it bring to this part of the city?
This is about delivering for passengers and it's about delivering for business, really. And for passengers in the Black Country, it means that with 20 new trams, we can give them much enhanced service, a better service, more trams every hour. And for businesses, they've been asking for this extension because it means that it'll bring £50 million of extra economic activity to the whole region.
But for people who take buses on Corporation Street, you're shifting those out to make room for the trams. That's a bit of a raw deal for bus users.
We're actually delivering for businesses in Corporation Street because they want to thrive in Corporation Street and they feel at the moment that the tram will allow those businesses to have a better deal. It'll bring a lot of people, of course, by tram into Corporation Street, and so they'll benefit that way. For bus passengers, of course, we are moving them out to Corporation Street, but they'll still have the convenience of being right in the middle of the city at Moore Street.
Jeff, thank you very much for that. Well, at the height, Birmingham had some 800 trams. We'll have about 20 with this new fleet come 2015. Back to you in the studio.
Well, the extension of the Midlands Metro may be seen by some as yet another example of Birmingham playing catch-up with its greatest northern rival, Manchester. Today's Times newspaper says Manchester, and not Birmingham, now deserves to be seen as the second city. Our political editor, Patrick Burns, is here with us now. Patrick, does Birmingham have ground to make up? Is the Metro part of that?
I think those slick city centres trams have become a sort of symbol for people of what are widely perceived to be a number of senses in which Manchester has stolen the march on Birmingham in a variety of ways. The City Council in Birmingham and the marketing people here have been doing their best to sort of fend it off, pointing out that recent New York Times article which places Birmingham in the top 20 worldwide destinations, the respected Mercer's Quality of Life Guide which places Birmingham second only to London in the UK Quality of Life rankings with more Michelin-starred restaurants than anywhere else outside the capital. The City Council here is twice as big as Manchester's, but as we know, size isn't the whole story, is it?
Yeah, so it sounds as though our political leaders have got their work cut out to get this message across, though.
They have indeed, and they're planning a major event at Westminster, hosted by the City Council Andrew Mitchell next week, where they say this is where Birmingham fights back with things like New Street Station, the biggest John Lewis there outside London, the airport redevelopment, which will obviously be enshrined in the UK aviation strategy coming out in March, and other things like the City of Birmingham Library, the orchestra, absolutely elite in the world, hosting American and Jamaican athletes in the run-up to the Olympics. Elsewhere in sport, of course, I think it's fair to say our football teams have a bit of making up to do against their Mancunian counterparts.
OK, Patrick, thank you.
We will